Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 19 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for the love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of these episodes, we're quickly going to recap on the previous. And the previous episode was a little bit different. I've never done 3 games within one episode, but I decided to make it a little bit different. Coming to the end of season 1, I'm trying to make sure everything fits in, especially with starting the new series and trying to start season 2 on Monday. I'm trying to rush it a little bit, and that's something that I'm going to slow down today because a few of you guys have given me great ideas of how we can make this season finish on a high. So first things first, jumping into the previous episode, the first game of course was against Southampton. We managed to bag another 3 points in the Premier League and we currently find ourselves played 33 and we are sat on 90 points. Second game in the previous episode was against Schalke, the first leg in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We went on to beat them 1-0 and I was excited for the second game, but sadly because yesterday was so much of a rush, I was recording at lunchtime, I was recording when I got in, I had to edit, I had to upload, I had to render the video. It was a little bit hectic. I flipped the coin and said if it lands on heads, I'm going to simulate the second leg. If it lands on tails, I will play it. Now the reason for this is because if I was to play the game, it's another probably 20 minutes worth of footage. Then it's probably that 20 minutes takes a good probably half an hour, 40 minutes to actually edit. And then let's say I get that 20 minutes down to 12 minutes if I cut it up and take little bits out. Then I've got the problem of the render time. It's going to be even longer again. So I flipped the coin. Yes, I probably should have played the game because as a few of you said, and I do believe it was Kororo that mentioned it, and I do believe it was Royal that mentioned it, and said, Brad, flipping a coin is a little bit risky. Like, we're really enjoying the series, but you could have risked everything. You could have got knocked out of the Champions League, and that could have happened, guys, and that's the whole point of a risk. Sometimes the risk pays off. Sometimes it doesn't. Let's say we'd have got knocked out of the Champions League. Never mind. Next year, we've got something that we didn't win this year that we could potentially win in Season 2. But in that second game, we did simulate it. We beat them 3-1, which means over the 2 legs, we beat Schalke at 4-1. So we went through. There's no point in looking at what ifs and what could have happened. We got through, and we are through to the semi-finals. Now, before I talk about today's episode, I will quickly show you who we are playing in the semi-finals. It's actually the English London club, Spurs. We're playing them in the semi-finals on the 1st of May and the 7th of May. And to quickly go over what's going to happen in today's episode, a few of you guys said, Brad, you've won the Premier League now, why don't you just simulate Premier League games? And I thought, that's not a bad idea. The only bad idea for that is I'm trying to hit 100 points. So what I'm actually going to do in today's episode, guys, I've decided that the brand new series trailer will be coming on Sunday. I know a few of you in the previous episode were like, Brad, you've said you're joking about a brand new series. Does that mean there's not going to be one? Yes, guys, there is a new one. The trailer is coming on Sunday. I was then going to try and end the Liverpool Career Mode Season 1 on Monday. Instead, it's going to be ended on Tuesday, and this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to play the Cardiff game in today's episode, play the 90 minutes, cut it down into highlights. I'm then going to simulate the Huddersfield game, because it's a Premier League game, it's at home. You guys have said, you know, do the Premier League. You've already won it now. Sim some of those games. And then we're going to play the semi-finals against Chelsea in the FA Cup. Now, we've already beat them in the finals of the Carabao Cup. We battered them 4-0. Then in the next episode, so they're the 3 games for episode 32. Going into episode 33, we then have Chelsea in the Premier League. Now, depending, if we beat Huddersfield and we beat Cardiff, I may well play the Chelsea game because that will then put us on 99 points. And then I'm hopeful that we will hit that 100. But the next episode is going to be Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle, and Spurs again, guys. There's going to be 4 games in the next episode. The reason for this is, let's say we play the Chelsea game. I'll then play the Spurs game, simulate the Newcastle, and then play the second leg in Spurs. So you'll actually have 3 games, 90 minutes, cut up into highlights, and then just simulate the 1 game against Newcastle. Then in the next episode, if we've hit that 100 points, so we're at 101, 102, whatever it is, over 100, I will then simulate the Wolves game, and then around, I would have thought, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in there, the final of the Champions League will be. So in the very last episode, which will be episode 34, we will play Wolves, but we'll simulate it, and then we will play the final of the Champions League. Now, we're also going to have the final of the FA Cup, which should be in there as well. We're playing Chelsea today, so at the end of this episode, we should see who we're playing in the final. I will squeeze it in, guys, okay? But what I think I'm going to do is I planned on starting season 1 or season 2 episode 1 on Monday. I'm going to shift that back to Tuesday. There's no point in rushing this and spoiling it. It's been a great season for us. I just don't see the point in rushing now. And you guys were like, Brad, flipping a coin, it's just not good. You can mess it up and things will go wrong and people's experience is like, it's not good. So guys, I won't be doing that anymore, okay? But what I am going to do is there's a straw poll in the top right of your screen right now. It's a YouTube one asking you, do you want me to simulate Premier League games? Yes or no. If you don't want me to, that's fine. We won't rush it. We'll play them. If you don't mind me simulating them, then that's fine. But because I can't do the straw poll for this game right now, like I said, we're playing Cardiff, simulating Huddersfield, then we're going to play Chelsea. If you guys don't want me to simulate, make sure you vote in the top right. There'll be a white circle, have an exclamation mark in it, click it, and then you can vote on the straw poll. If you vote no, then we won't be simulating the Chelsea game, or the Newcastle game, or the Wolves game, or any of the games coming to the end of Season 1. But that is enough talking, guys. I had to get that out there because a few of you weren't too happy that I actually simulated the game. And it's not something I've ever wanted to do, guys. But you have to understand, yesterday was difficult for me. It was either simulate a game or you guys weren't going to get a video. And if I can get a video up and it means me taking a risk of simulating a game and possibly getting knocked out of the Champions League, then I'll do it. But it's important to me that I keep you guys up to date and keep you with daily content. But nevertheless, the game against Cardiff, this is the lineup we are putting out. We've got Mane on that left wing, Roberto Firmino striker, Shaqiri on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum and Naby Keita in the central midfield, Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, Robertson, Gomez, Lovren and Alves at the back, with of course Alisson in goal. Let's go ahead and get into this game. We're playing 90 minutes against Cardiff. You're going to see the highlights. Then we're going to face off against Huddersfield. I am going to simulate that one, and I hate the fact we're simulating Huddersfield because they are the only team so far this year to actually beat us, and they scored in the 88th minute. But let's go ahead and get into this game against Cardiff and hopefully bag the 3 points. Here we go, guys. It is coming to the end of Season 1, but we still have so much to do. We want to hit 100 points in the Premier League. We want to win the Champions League. And we want to win the FA Cup. And in today's episode, we will find out who we are playing in the final of the FA Cup. And I do believe the semi-finalists in the Champions League are Liverpool, ourselves, Spurs, Juventus, and also Real Madrid. So we will be seeing either Juventus or Real Madrid in the final of the Champions League. If I'm completely honest, because of in real life, I would love it to be Real Madrid. And I would love to beat them. I would love to absolutely cripple Sergio Ramos for what he done to Mohamed Salah. And I want to absolutely annihilate them. 2-3, 4-0. Absolutely kill them. And let their heads drop and let them hang in shame. But let's go ahead and get into this first half, guys. And hopefully by half time, we're going in with a decent lead. And there goes Gino Wijnaldum. Nice pick up there to Gino Wijnaldum to Naby Keita. Going back to Gino Wijnaldum. Gonna look at hitting this first time. What a strike from Gino Wijnaldum in the 6th minute. What a strike indeed. He's wearing the captain's armband today. I'm looking forward as well to picking a new captain for Season 2. I think I'm going to take the armband off Jordan Henderson. I think there's plenty of players there that deserve to have it more than him. The likes of Van Dijk. Absolutely unbelievable. Fabinho has been great this season for us. Alisson, there's been plenty of good players that deserve it more than Jordan Henderson. Even Gino Wijnaldum. Absolutely fabulous in pre-season. 4 goals in the Premier League. I'm sure he's got plenty of assists. But there we go. 1-0 up against Cardiff City after 7 minutes. The commentator saying there's no surprise in that. And to be honest, there isn't. We are absolutely smashing the Premier League right now. Nicely done, Dani Alves. Through to Gino Wijnaldum. And Wijnaldum is going to have Mane on this far side. Mane doesn't get off to the best start. But let's try and dance as Mane does well. Play that onto the edge of the box. Jadon. Playing it back to Fabinho. Into Shaqiri. Looking round the corner to Naby Keita, who strikes. Big save there from Smithies. Gino Wijnaldum flicking it over the top now. Looking for Mane, who's going to hit it first time on the volley. I have no idea how Smithies just saved that one. Like he saved it with his knees or something. Over to Mane. We've got Gino Wijnaldum breaking forwards. Gino Wijnaldum hitting the first time. Another big save from Smithies. Fabinho around the corner to Xherdan Shaqiri. And before we even get a second break, the referee blows for half time at Cardiff City. And to be honest, we deserve to be 4 or 5-0 up right now. Smithies is keeping them out. You can see from the stats there, 6 shots, 3 on target. How we've only buried 1, I have no idea. But jumping back into the second half, exactly the same team. Hopefully he's going to look for a second goal in the next 10-20 minutes, and then we can put this game to bed. Over to Fabinho, who's going to put this ball straight through to Shaqiri. And what an eye that Fabinho has got there. Dance your man, Shaqiri, that's the one. Play it into Bobby. Takes a touch, looks to Ben one. Keeper's there again. Over to Gini Wijnaldum. We're going over this far side now for Shaqiri. Go back into the middle to Gini Wijnaldum. Look at playing it through to Bobby. It's cleared away. Play that back, Shaqiri. Nicely done. Into the middle. Naby Keita takes a touch. Looks to Ben one. Bobby's going to come away with the ball. Still Bobby. Hit it, Bobby. Oh, what a save from Smithies again. To Shaqiri. Let's go in to Angel Correa. Go on, play it through to Angel Correa now. Correa's through on goal. Surely to make it 2. And Smithies again. I have no idea what we need to do here. Let's play this in to Milner. Go through to Correa. This time, Correa through on goal. He's taken out in the box. He's rolling round. But it was a fair tackle. Over this far side to Mane. Into Angel Correa. Laying it off to Fabinho, who puts it straight into the hands again. I feel like the ball has spent more time in the Cardiff City goalkeeper's hands than on the actual pitch, which seems madness, but it seems legit. Close this up. Don't let them come forwards this late, and that is going to be a problem. Alisson comes out for it. Not a good pass at all. And I do believe this game is probably going to end 1-0, and there we go. The referee does blow for full time. We only beat them 1-0. I'm quite shocked, really, and I'm sure when you guys see the stats, you'll have probably just seen so many highlights, so many shots against Smithies. It was absolutely ridiculous. It felt like it was Benfica's keeper again. He was just keeping everything out. Look at that, 13 shots, 8 on target. We only scored 1. I'm just glad in the 89th minute then when Cardiff broke forward, I pressed my Y button and I pulled Alisson out of goal because they could have been through on goal there and easily could have took that to 1-1. But nevertheless, we managed to get the win. We get the 3 points. We beat Cardiff and we carry on, marching on. Right, and here we are, guys, back at the Central, ready to face off against Huddersfield at Anfield. Now, when we last met, they are the only team to beat us. They beat us 1-0 in the 88th minute. Hopefully a different result this time around. I'm so wary over simulating these games because it's not in my hands. It's in the hands of EA. So I have no control over the situation. But a few of you guys did say, Brad, just simulate the Premier League games. You've won the Premier League now. Don't worry about it too much. Guys, like I've said so many times at the start of this episode, make sure you vote in the top right corner, white circle with an exclamation, click it, and the straw poll will say something like, do you want me to simulate Premier League games? Yes or no. If you don't want me to vote anymore going forwards after this episode, click no. If you want me to simulate the rest of them, click yes. The majority vote is what will happen. But we are going to simulate this game against Huddersfield simply because a few of you guys said, Brad, just simulate it. So from what I can see in the comment section, a few of you aren't too bothered if I simulate the rest of the Premier League games. But I'm leaving it up to you guys. It's in the top right corner. Make sure you vote. But the lineup I'm putting out against Huddersfield is Ryan Sessegnon on that left wing, Roberto Firmino at striker, Salah on the right wing, Lallana and Oxlade-Chamberlain in the central midfield, Milner in the central defensive midfield, Tierney, Van Dijk, Jimenez and Trent at the back, with of course Alisson in net. Now sadly, as I told you in the previous episode, guys, Henderson is out for 5 months, he's out for the rest of the season, so Fabinho right now is our only CDM apart from the youngster I played in the previous episode, Virtue Thick. But I decided I'm going to play Milner there. He actually can't play CDM, but Milner is a very defensive-minded player, so I don't mind playing him out of position. I'm sure he'll do a good job for us there. I'm just hoping we win this game. It does make my stomach churn because I want to hit 100 points. If we drop, even if we get a draw against Huddersfield and only get 1 point, it's not good enough. We just got 3, that puts us on 93. We beat Huddersfield, that's 96. We can go on and easily get, I think, 102 or 103 if we win the rest of our games. But I'm just going to have to bite the bullet again. I'm going to have to play this game, we're going to have to simulate it, and we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed and hope that we get the win. Players warming up, come on. Players are warming up. Kickoff is here. 5 minutes past. There we go, 6 minutes in. Ryan Sessegnon scores the first goal. 9 minutes in, a Huddersfield player picks up a yellow card. I would attempt to pronounce his name, but I don't think I'll be doing that. Sessegnon picks up a yellow card in the 35th minute. Half time's just gone. We've made some changes. Fabinho coming on for Lallana. Sessegnon bags a second in the 51st minute. Few changes going on there. It looks like Shaqiri has come on for Salah. Naby Keita for Milner. Naby Keita's just come on and within 10 minutes has actually gone and scored in the 76th minute. And then sadly Huddersfield pick up an injury to their right back in the 81st minute. That's another risk that you take, guys, that you did let me know. Brad, when you simulate these games, you may get injuries. Luckily enough for us, we've done well with injuries in Season 1. I'm pretty sure Season 2 is going to get us badge style. I'm sure we're going to have players out for 6, 7, maybe even 8 months, possibly even a season. But we simulate the game against Huddersfield. We beat them 3-0. Ryan Sessegnon bagging 2. Naby Keita getting on the score sheet as well. Very happy with that result. Clean sheet, another 3 points, and another 3 goals. Right, and here we are, guys, back at the Central. It feels so strange to say back at the Central twice in one episode. It seems mad, but obviously we're playing 3 games in each episode. We just beat Huddersfield 3-0 when we actually simulated that game. Now we're about to face Chelsea in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. Now, last time we come up against Chelsea, it was the final of the Carabao Cup. We dominated them. We could have beat them 6 or 7-0. We only beat them 4-0, but we absolutely annihilated them. They couldn't defend at the back. They had Thiago Silva, David Luiz, Azpilicueta. I do believe the Real Madrid man. I do believe they bought him. I can't remember his name right now. It will come to me. Daniel Carvajal? Daniel Carvajal, I think it is. But I'm looking forward to this game. If we can turn up against Chelsea, we will bag ourselves a place in the final of the FA Cup, and this is the lineup I'm putting out against them. We got Mane on that left wing, Roberto Firmino at striker, Salah on that right wing, Gini Wijnaldum and Lallana in the central midfield, Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, Robertson, Gomez, Lovren and Alves at the back, with of course Alisson in net. I'm sure you guys are pumped for Season 2. I also just want to mention that I appreciate so much the love and support you guys have given me. 2 days ago, I've just done 100 views within 24 hours. Now, in the first month of me coming back, I aimed for 20. I hit it. 20 views within 24 hours, I hit it. The second month, I went for 50 views. I hit it. And in the third month, I aimed for 75, and we've just hit 100 views in 24 hours, and that is thanks to you guys. So I really want to say a massive, and I mean a massive, thank you to everyone that is helping me hit those numbers. It's absolutely crazy. My next month's target is still going to be the 100. I'm not going to go too far ahead of myself. I've hit the 75. Now I need to aim for the 100. But let's go ahead and get into this game at Wembley Stadium against Chelsea in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. And let's hope we bag ourselves a place in the final. Here we go, back at Wembley. They've got Bastos, they've got Azpilicueta, they've got Hazard, Willian, Kante. But look at our players. We've got Bobby, we've got Mane, we've got Salah, we've got Fabinho, Van Dijk. This is going to be massive, especially because the Chelsea fans are going to want a result. When they got battered by us 4-0, we shushed the players, we shushed the fans, and the manager had nothing to say. I am looking to do exactly the same thing this time round. We've got to dominate them. It's that man there we've probably got to be a little bit careful of. His link-up play with Bastos in the last game. They were making moves, but we kept them at arm's reach. Let's just hope we can do that again in this game today. Let's go ahead and get into this first half and hopefully be going in at half time with a decent lead. Let's play that round the corner, nicely done. They're going to have to drag a player across here for Salah, and Salah's going to come on the inside. Let's play that in now. Bobby, round to Gini Wijnaldum, shots one home, he's hit the post. Stay calm, lads, stay calm. Stay calm, here we go. Get a ball in there, nice little ball in now. Bobby Firmino puts it into Salah, Salah turns, gets a shot off. Sandro gets a block on it, and it's out for a Liverpool corner. Got Gini Wijnaldum in the middle with plenty of space. Here comes Lallana looking to strike one. Big save from Kepa. Whoo! That could have been 1-0 right there. Adam Lallana looking at striking one in the top right corner. Denied by the Chelsea keeper. Watch the run there of Willian. Watch the run now, and he's going to be through here. Willian is going to be through. Watch the run here, lads. Watch the run. Gomez gets a block on it, and that is a big block there from Gomez. Play that out wide. Oh, Mane, that is not a good touch, is it? David Luiz clears, and it's going to be half-time at Wembley Stadium. The referee blows his whistle. I mean, realistically, Chelsea may have had one chance, 2 at the max. We've been all over this team. I mean, it says we've only had 2 shots on target and 50% to 50% possession. I feel like that is not right, if I'm completely honest, guys. I'm going to look at making one change straight away. I'm going to bring Adam Lallana off. I feel like Lallana's getting into good positions, but he's not putting the ball in the back of the net. Whereas I feel if I bring Naby Keita on, he will be the man to put it in the back of the net. I mean, he's been striking them from 25, 30 yards out, hitting the crossbar, hitting the post. Hopefully, if he does that again this time, it'll be in the back of the net. Let's go ahead and jump into this second half, exactly the same team. Go on, Bobby, make a run through. Instead, we're going out to Salah. Salah, you got to dance your man. That's beautiful. Still Salah, playing it in. Bobby Firmino. Bobby side foots one, and there we go. 1-0 after 62 minutes. We've knocked, and now we've knocked that goddamn door down. We needed that goal. We needed that break. And it's the Brazilian striker, Bobby Firmino, to knock that door down for us. Beautiful from Mohamed Salah. Dances beautiful. Absolutely breaks Alexandro's legs. And Kepa nearly come out and got that, but lucky enough, Bobby gets his shot off. It's his first goal in the FA Cup. Get a foot in there, Gomez. Oh, that's a little bit risky there. Gomez nearly doesn't come away with a ball. And here's Naby Keita into Correa. Round to Gini Wijnaldum, who's going to burst forwards now. I'm going to look at playing it over to Salah. The ball falls to Mane. Mane! There we go. We've scored the first goal, and within minutes, we've scored the second. I tried to poke it through to Salah and realised Salah's not even on the pitch anymore. It's Xherdan Shaqiri. But I do believe, was it David Luiz who gets the slide tackle, takes it out the feet of Gini Wijnaldum, but straight into the feet of Sadio Mane, who buries it in the top right corner, and there we go. 5 minutes, within 5 minutes, we've scored 2 goals. Naby Keita going to look at Ben Woodward with Naby Keita, and I tell you what, it was a decent crack. Surely this corner is going to be the last touch of the game, and if we could get Gomez on it and score this, I would be over the moon. Get there, it's straight into Kepa's hands, and there we go. The referee blows for full time at Wembley. We've beat Chelsea 2-0, and we're in the finals of the FA Cup, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the finals. This has been absolutely unreal. The support, the love, and the entertainment that I have produced has been absolutely ridiculous. We're in the final of the FA Cup. If we beat Spurs, we're going to be in the final of the Champions League. We got to the final of the Carabao Cup against Chelsea and beat them 4-0. We've won the Premier League. Imagine if we win all 4 trophies. And yes, guys, you may be saying, Brad, don't forget you're on world class. I know, but season 2, there won't be a straw poll on difficulty. Myself, has chosen to go up from world class to legendary for you guys, and to also challenge myself. Right, and I just thought I'd leave this in the video, guys. We've just beat Chelsea in the semi-finals of the FA Cup 2-0. Arsenal are about to face off against Everton. I hope Everton actually win that game so we can have an FA Cup final, but also a Merseyside derby in that FA Cup final. Right, guys, and here we are back at the Central for the final time in today's episode, and I can't believe how ridiculous this is. We just played Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-finals on Saturday. You can see there we're now playing them again at home at Anfield on the Monday. The lads have had 1 day rest. They had Sunday to rest. I have no idea what team I am going to put out against them. And I just want to show you this. This is the problem that EA have, and so many people complain. And it's called congestion of games. You can see there, Saturday we just played Chelsea, beat them 2-0. Sunday we get a rest day. Then we're playing them again on the Monday. Then we get a rest day on Tuesday. But guess what? Then we're playing Spurs on the Wednesday. Then we get 2 rest days. Then Newcastle. Then 2 rest days. Then Spurs again. We don't have enough chance to get the lads fully fit. They don't have enough rest time. And you can also see there, guys, I've just noticed on the 25th of May, we are facing Arsenal in the Emirates FA Cup final. So they actually beat Everton, sadly. I would have loved to have faced Everton in the final. I'm really pumped for Season 2. I'm really pumped for this brand new series. Few of you were a bit worried because in the last episode I joked and said, but what if there's not really a new series? What if I was just joking? But there is a new series, guys. Just hang on. You will see the trailer, or the very first episode, sort of, on Sunday. But you'll have to keep guessing, guys, because I'm not telling you what game it is, what console it is, what game type it is. I'm not telling you nothing. Just trust me. I'm sure you're all going to be absolutely pumped. And I'm looking forward to now going to Legendary. And I just noticed as well, guys, I'm now an 89 manager. Happy days. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been Massive Brad. Peace out.